Tudor Jones' latest inflation warning spells another bullish case for Bitcoin. Next on your 4-Minute Bitcoin. Today's show is from a post by Yasha Golan at NewsBTC and brought to you by the BitBlockBoom Bitcoin Conference that's coming to Dallas, Texas in August. Veteran hedge fund manager Paul Tudor Jones criticized the Federal Reserve's quantitative easing policy and warned that the central bank might lose track of the inflation that would follow its unprecedented bond buying programs and lower interest rates. Last month, Tudor Jones announced that he's investing in Bitcoin as a protective measure against inflation and has allocated 1 to 3% of his investment portfolio into Bitcoin futures. A month later, he was seen repeating Bitcoin's bullish narrative during CNBC's Just Capital event. The head of Tudor Investments Corp discussed inflation and how it will be an unresolvable issue if the Federal Reserve continues its open-ended monetary policy. He noted that the U.S. central banks might find it almost impossible to keep track of it. Tudor Jones stated that trying to fight inflation is going to be really challenging because he doesn't think they'll be able to raise rates enough without having a really disastrous effect on the rest of the economy. Now, those statements followed the Fed Chair Jerome Powell's virtual news conference after a two-day policy meeting where Powell signaled their plans to keep benchmark interest rates near zero until 2022. Powell also said that the Fed would continue purchasing Treasury and mortgage securities, stating with at least $80 billion in Treasuries and $40 billion in mortgage securities a month. The policy aims at aiding the U.S. economy from the aftermath of pandemic-related shutdowns. The Fed believes the economy would shrink by 4 to 10% in 2020, leaving the market with a longer than expected road to recovery. Now, while the unprecedented expansionary policy helped Wall Street to par its March 2020 losses, it also pushed the U.S. dollar, a global reserve currency, into negative territory. Tudor Jones noted that the Fed's protective measures left the greenback under the risk of devaluation. Powell stated that the economic shutdown had dampened consumer demand. Meanwhile, the record number of unemployed claims are further capping wages from rising. Now, I feel all this money printing is going to cause long-term effects like we've never seen in the U.S. Well, not in my lifetime, at least, ways, and will probably be a boost, though, to Bitcoin. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, as always. Now, this episode is brought to you by the BitBlockBoom Bitcoin Conference, the great Bitcoin conference that's coming to Dallas, Texas in August. And I say Bitcoin conference because Bitcoin is all we talk about. We don't talk about altcoins. We really don't talk about blockchain. We just talk about Bitcoin. So if you're interested in Bitcoin, take a look at bitblockboom.com. I hope I get to meet you in person at BitBlockBoom this year in Dallas. I'm Gary Leland, the Bitcoin Boomer, and thanks for joining me on another 4-Minute Bitcoin show. This is a bitblockboom.com production.